Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm playing around with what I do as a job. I do a lot of machine learning, and one of the things I've just been sort of refreshing my brain about is to actually how to do object detection. So I've written a piece of code here. I've got a couple of videos here of a shopping district in Wiltshire, in Swindon. And if I run the code up, it will actually play back the video. Now, unfortunately, my graphics card drivers aren't necessarily working very well, and I've had to disable them. And as you can see, I'm just identifying using the YOLO version 3 modeling. Yeah, I'm detecting objects here. It's quite straightforward to do. And as you can see, it's detecting people and a bench and so forth. And I've got a number of other videos I can show you as well. It is a little bit slow because I'm using the CPU, not the GPU. But yeah, it's just putting bounding boxes around there. I can put percentages of how confident it is that actually that is the object it is. But yeah, it's really straightforward stuff to do. It's not difficult. There's plenty of pre-trained models out there. Training your own models can be a little bit more difficult. It can be difficult to get exactly the right results, but you can do transfer learning. So you can take a model and add to it and do what you need to do. As you can see, we're just slowly going round this shopping centre. This is the Brunel in Swindon. I used to live in Swindon for my sins. Yeah, not a very nice place. Sorry, people who live in Swindon, but yeah, it's not that good. It's quite a boring place. Yeah, and as we go around, it's actually taking every single frame of the video and then classifying the objects. It does a better job at some than others. So, okay. Let's look at another video. Let's maybe look at some cars and some buses and stuff like that and see what happens. I've got another couple of videos here, video 3 and 4. One is of a restaurant and one is of actually where I grew up in South London. This is a pretty straightforward setup here. We've got the YOLO3 weights file here, which basically is all the weights for the convolutional models. The configuration file here basically is all the different layers inside that convolutional model. And again, so you can configure these again. So you've got a linear regression, you've got a leaky. Yeah, it's all pretty straightforward stuff here. You can even configure it yourself if you want. It's actually quite a large configuration file. And again, we're going down there. Let's have a quick look. Then we've got the classification titles, the labels for each of the things the actual model can actually see. And you can see there's quite a lot of items it can actually do. But again, this is all pre-trained stuff. You can add your own classification in there and put a gun or whatever you want to try and do and train it. You're going to need lots and lots of pictures of guns or whatever target label you're trying to get. So okay, let's go back to the code. Let's try the restaurant, and it will pop up, and then I'll shift it across. So here we go. As you can see, it's picking out chairs and dining tables and stuff like that. It thinks that's a person, and I can understand why, because it's got like a body and a head. So yeah, so the kernel's going to pick up on that as it's scanning. Yeah, it's not too bad. This is a relatively low bandwidth video, so I chose it because I'm using can't use my GPU for some reason. Oh, it found a potted plant and a vase or vase. Chairs. It's getting sort of the chair wrong here. I think occasionally you get there are bottles over here. I noticed that. And then as we get closer, it doesn't seem to be picking up the plates. And I saw that actually that there was labels for plates, but it's not picking them up. So that's an interesting sort of issue there. So yeah, it's all quite straightforward. Again, I didn't want to put the confidence levels on these because it seems to slow the whole thing down a bit too much. So okay, let's go and have a look at another street video and see what it can detect. So here we go. This is Collier's Wood Tube Station in South London. I used to live, or grew up, literally right around the corner. My primary school is literally at the end of this parade. Yeah, it's changed a hell of a lot in the time I've been there. I haven't been there in 25 years, 28 years. As you can see, it's picking up on cars. It's occasionally classifying them as trucks. It's got the traffic lights. It's got the people. So it's not doing too bad a job. I would definitely want to have multiple models actually classifying stuff, content on this video if I was doing something a little bit more, how we should say, mission critical, which is something I've done in the past. Yeah, it's not too bad. It is not too bad. Again, I would potentially want to train. I think it's picking up the bikes as people. So again, that's I think to do with the weights on the kernel. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's a shame we don't have a cyclist going past or something like that and see whether it could do that. Again, it's picking up on a person over there. I'm just trying to see if there's any other anomalies. It's definitely very confident about the traffic lights. They haven't really changed. And he thinks that's a car over there, and that could well be a car. No, it's a bin. It's a bin. So, yeah, I would definitely have multiple models running on each of these individual frames, and making sure, basically creating a confidence level if you're going to do something of mission critical, like driverless cars or anything like that. So it thinks there's a bicycle. It's possibly because of the legs walking, and it's the running and it's the motion of the legs. Yeah, okay. I get that. So yeah, so this is this is a really, really simple piece of code. Nothing too difficult. Yeah, as I said, it's just pretty straightforward. And yeah, it's using the Darknet as well. Yeah, it's getting the bicycles right now as it's getting closer. So it's probably got some sort of focal length issue with object detection. Yeah, okay. So I've added in the confidence levels of how much the modelling actually thinks that it's a person or a truck or a traffic light or whatever. And as you can see, we've got some fairly, it's a little bit quick, but we've got some fairly confident stuff going on there. 96% for person, traffic light 862, 77, 85. Depends on a frame by frame basis. I would probably actually aggregate this over a period of say 10 frames or something like that and see what happens. But yeah, it's quite confident that the bikes are actually people, but it's because of the focal length. It needs to be much closer to get a better resolution on that. The car, yeah, there we are, 100% car. Yeah, there we are. It's very, very confident that that is a car, which it is. So yeah, so just adding that confidence level in gives you an idea of what the actual modelling is actually picking up on. But anyway, well, I thought I'd show you this. This is sort of my day job of doing stuff, and I don't just do vintage electronics. It's not my profession. This is my profession, and I hope it was of interest. Right, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.